right. One for welcome everybody today. One for welcome all our listeners. This is not the big thing show where they come to you live from the Unifier Radio and TV. And today we get with a group of young and talented men from Sierra Leone, and then they from the organization called EYE Sierra Leone, EYE. So first, ladies and gentlemen, we go get for gets the we guess them for introduce themselves and made them tell we waiting EYE Sierra Leone they all about. So first, I will call on George for make he introduce himself.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever I find myself part of the globe. Name is George C.S. Mackotie, the Chief Executive Officer of EYE Sierra Leone and founder. Happy for being here, Unifier TV. Happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
All right, next we get Mr. Alimamy Conteh. And Mr. Alimamy Conteh, you go get for introduce yourself and may we know what he make you day with EYE Sierra Leone.
Well, mina Alimamy Conteh, and mina the Secretary General for EYE Sierra Leone. And I thought I'm here for the EYE Sierra Leone because of them aims and objectives and what they try for pursue and put forward towards the development of Sierra Leone. And when I read all about EYE Sierra Leone, you understand say their focus is very much positive. So I see reasons here for David EYE Sierra Leone.
Thank you. Next, we go bring Ambassador ISSA HAMID TURAY.
Hello. If I'm globally, I want to say good evening. As you don't state earlier, I'm Ambassador ISSA HAMID TURAY, and as far as EYE Salon is concerned, we believe say the motive of EYE Salon are for foster development, and that make me part of EYE Salon. Thank you once more.
Thank you, Mr. TURAY. Next, we bring Mr. Aruna Koroma from ISSA share with we. You didn't mute, Mr. Koroma. Okay, go again. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aruna Koroma. I'm glad for me to know all openly. I dealt with EYE Sierra Leone. As the name implies, you know, I did look from downwards and they look actually what they happen at the country and globally. So with that idea, now make us say like join EYE Salon and are they in with the aims and objectives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Back to you, George. Waiting EYE Sierra Leone Day all about?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. First of all, EYE Sierra Leone, EYE, it means Electioneering and Youth Empowerment Network, Sierra Leone, EYE Sierra Leone. And the motto is critical thinking for positive initiatives. That's the meaning of this wonderful name, EYE Sierra Leone, Electioneering and Youth Empowerment Network. You know, as young people, we need to come together and empower ourselves irrespective of government. We don't pass the age old is done for wait, government for can do for with this. But as young people, by coming together, we put aims and objectives together, we push ourselves, then we will move. Then whatever government get for do now later, they can join we and push we. But let we push ourselves first.
Wonderful. So EYE Sierra Leone is about electioneering and what in the why?
Youth empowerment.
Electioneering
network Sierra Leone.
Empowerment network Sierra Leone. Yeah, this is now a very big idea, big name, you know, and this is all waiting. This show where they try for put on, it's all about big ideas. I want people who get big ideas about how we they move Sierra Leone before. We all come, sit down, and just talk and see how we go able to move those ideas from the idea to something physical, right?
Yeah,
Where
action.
everybody go see. So right now we they talk about the ideas, how we going to move from idea to reality and take action and make Sierra Leone better. So a lot of things then they go on in Sierra Leone right now. I mean, I they talk to people every day in Sierra Leone. And one question where I want for Axunam, waiting that you take individually, I go want una all individually for make una share with me waiting now una take on the economy na Sierra Leone. I go start with Mr. Alimamy Conteh.
Well, thank you for such a wonderful questions. And of course, we all in Sierra Leone and we still there. We immovable, we still there one side, and we still follow the economic trend of the economy under the leadership of President Bio. And as we all see, because nobody know who come and tell you say this is what is happening or this what is happening in Sierra Leone. We all there now and we see in my own view and my own perspective and my own focus and how I see how the trend go. The economy of Sierra Leone is not in good shape. The economy is in shabby. The economy is not straightforward as everything is just going backward. We are moving just like when people are doing a falling stock. Rise up, you fall, you rise up, you fall. The economy is not good. Every facet of life, every ministry, every department, they are just going down, 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 down. To crown it all, Sierra Leone economy not good. You look at our GDP, you look at our inflation rates, they are all not in good rating. And even when you look at our per capita income, just imagine, it's not good. So the economy as a whole is not good. Anyway, we are really constrained how we go about we life.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Conteh. We don't hear from you what you think about the economy. Now, let's throw this same question to Ambassador Issa Hamid TURAY. What do you think about the economy?
At least discuss societal problem like this. In the first place, as to waiting me brother just be the same. We find them difficult this present situation now towards Sierra Leone economy. And notwithstanding, the economy now very challenging in a way we are in. The young man them, since ISSA alone cater for the youth empowerment perspective and aspect, we look at them say now we don't observe and find out see due to the economic challenges, the youth there now they go astray. And not only going astray, them they tempted for travel in the way we are in, this will lead them for lost them life. As we all know, man by nature is in search of survivability. And we look at we country today, due to the economic challenge, they make the young set, the young people away for come take salon to yet another developmental stage. Now they in this array. So to crown it all, the economy very challenging this present situation, and as an advocate and also an activist, we find them difficult and to crown it all, okay for we.
Well said, Mr. Ambassador Issa Ahmed TURAY. I don't lost one person. Okay, but we go still continue. I think then go they come on and off as the internet connections they give issues around there. So back to you, George. The president, when it been calm, there were a lot of promises, right? The manifesto where the president give a long list of things, in your own assessment, you think say the president don't do something? I mean, let not just say the president, but the government, because not the president no more they do things, right? In the leader, but everybody else way the president appoint, they work for Sierra Leone and they work for make things happen, for make the president able for achieve a manifesto. So you think say the government don't achieve, let me say, at least 50% of the manifesto?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for this wonderful question. This a question would take we back. Follow we as Sierra Leoneans and well-wishers of Sierra Leone, follow we critically analyze the 4 years of the presidency of His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio. There were a lot of flamboyant promises the time in the campaign period up to the time of the elections, up to the debates, the presidential debates we organized for the people. And the president now, as opposition leader by then, presidential candidate, they tell we the Sierra Leoneans that they can turn around the situation of this nation. And he tell you the flagship program of this government now is the free education, the free quality education. They promise to turn the situation around of Sierra Leoneans within 6 months. But we are today, after 4 years going forward, these promises are yet to be fulfilled. And Sierra Leoneans are now giving up hopes on this government. Telling you, let us come to the free quality education according to the president in his manifesto. Promise of free tuition, promise school bags, school shoes, uniforms, school feeding. If I come into this area, it's like when a lecturer or a teacher ask a question to his pupils or to his students there, and he give them one question. Question 1 gets A, he gets 1 room, 1A room, 1 room, 2 room, 3. Then he gets 1B. If I'm saying here now, the president just attempt for answer 1A, living room 1A, room 2, room 3. That is the school fees. So now, if you are talking as Sierra Leoneans, now school fees this government is paying, leaving out the bags, leaving out the shoes, leaving out the uniforms. Understand? And when we go to number 1B, that is the school subsidies and the welfare of the teachers, the facilities, infrastructure. You understand? So the government now is just posting on paying fees. So they call them the free school fees education system. And even that is a challenge. Up till now, this, as we talk about, this is the end of second term, a lot of heads of schools not able to receive yet the subsidies at all. The school feeding, you not materialize it. The 49,000 bags of rice where the Chinese government donate to this government for help this government for realize that very enviable project for Sierra Leoneans, children, that rest disappear mysteriously. And the anti-corruption and the government of this country not able to give the people of Sierra Leone today the rest. And the Peking today they suffer. And the first question he asks is about the economy, and that's more important for the parents. Today, each and every government school now they sell uniform. In fact, the price quadrupled to where the price was when there was no free quality education. Now every school is set uniform above 250, 300,000. Before the free education, the entire fees for high school people, SS level, it was 95,000. Then later you go to 130,000 leons. But today, parenting they spend over 3, 4, 5, 600,000 leons in government schools for admissions only. So if I say this, answer this question, the government not even go up to 5% on this area of the free education. Because as we're talking, there are teachers who receive PIN codes up
okay,
till now, they
George.
don't receive salaries.
All right, George.
PIN
This
coded
are
teachers
just
without salaries. And heads of schools without subsidies.
all right, George. George, you
Yeah.
only touch on one thing, the education. Um, but I mean, just one of the many other factors or the many other things where
Yeah, the agriculture
the
sector is a field. Because the free why I church on the free education, because that is the flagship program of this government. Now in the campaign with for can na power. So when somebody talk something say they can't do this, and I number one area is target. Now they who serve as citizen for watch or see decide what he say now number one priority. What he do, how far he do it, and I make a church the more.
okay, if me say now, if me not the president, I say, all right, we promise free education, quality education, but we get a long time, a long way for go. So we want first for put the building blocks. So let's say what we don't do so far, now block one. So next we go add block two. So say it go take 10, 15 years for make we able for achieve the quality education what we want, where we go be at par with other countries them, other developed countries them. Now if the president, if me not the president, I will say but it too quick. I mean for make una say we not get the quality education, you know, waiting a your own counter on that. I go ask Mr. Alimamy conteh for make himself throw small word inside.
Okay. Then if I can come in on this one, just like what you don't talk, when you see at least he get a long way for go as a president, when I mandate na a 5 years term, a 5 years period. You know, if somebody gets a long way for go in the starting till to the middle, there is nothing being put effective or into effect, then I think that person has failed woefully because he get a 5 years mandate where if you do, then if you don't complete the 4 years as we dey see am now, we dey experience am, I think there is nothing being done in terms of education. Just like wetin the CEO just talk. Now, when they brought this quality, free quality education, to me, normally, I don't normally used to call it free quality education because as we all know and as we all the hear as of now about free quality education, yeah, I pronounce them in the air as free quality education because the free itself there, as we are seeing now, we are having fake degrees, fake universities coming into the country. So the pronouncement of the free there has been put into work. But the education itself there, which we are thinking to be free, is not free per se because there is no education. You see, there is
Yeah,
no education here, just getting the degree as people are earning fake degrees.
yeah.
Then when
Now
he
something.
get this,
Now something church on so fake degrees. I mean, this
yes,
nothing where they
yes,
all over the media right
yeah,
now.
yes, fake degrees and fake universities in the country.
On
Now,
a
which
mango
will make
tick.
even some of us who got ours in that authentic ways, they are now looking at us as if our own degrees we are irrelevant, which worked for, and we got them through the University of Sierra Leone. And when this government came into power, their main flagship is free quality education. And they promise a lot of things to our children, to our people that okay, they are going to pay fees for our school children. They are going to provide school bags, school shoes, uniform, and the rest of it. Now, as of today, let us go back and think if either these promises have been put into effect. The only one that I think say yes, they put into effective that is school that they are paying the school fee. But all other things, they not put them into effective. To pay school fees for children, I never see outside them buy school bag for school picking. I never see outside them give school picking uniform. The only thing way I can say, like they can get out 2, 3 school picking them, they give them a book. Like if you go now into some of these schools, then will tell you say yeah, they supplied us books. But those books are under the hands of the school teachers and the principals. They put them in boxes. When they have a period on certain subjects, they remove those books and share them to the pupils. After reading them, they put them back into their boxes. That's how they operate. And for the exercise books or the ledger book that they claim that they've given to those pupils, when you go into them, you do an inquiry, you find out that some schools, which I cannot deny, some schools, they give a book, just a book to a pupil, which I saw. Not all. And when you go into these government schools, not all government schools that are accessible to those books, you see. And the free quality education itself, if I am to rate it, it's not even up to 50%. You've done nothing. There is no quality in education. Even the words that our pupils are taking, when you look at the words, I normally call them power words. You see, or internet words or mobile words. They are not authentic as of now. You can see somebody who didn't even attend school, you see, sitting to this words, get just a requirement. You see, at one time I even gone at the corner. I saw
Okay,
China,
Mr.
I said,
Conteh.
yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Conteh. I mean, if we say we go talk about the education all around, only on education, or I mean, we go there also for the whole day. But I think say because there's a lot for talk, a lot for access. But what we go do right now? Yeah, that's not just one. We go come back next time and talk on the other things because we go run out of time if we say we go talk about only the education. I hear one other guy where he always describe the education. He say now cosmetic education we get, not to free quality education. He say we get free cosmetic education. All right. So we will come back and talk more about that later. But I want for Axunam again, because this show is about big ideas. Waiting now on your own big idea for help Sierra Leone go before. Back to you, George.
Yeah, Sierra Leone is for us all, and now we get for stand firm for make Sierra Leone become a better place for everybody. So we total fit, we sit down in a quiet moment to think and we bring in ideas to serve as activists, to serve as a CS or civil society organization. We will bring government closer to the people and the people closer to government. We serve as a mouthpiece for government and the people, the voice of the voiceless, for make the people learn and know about government policies, government programs and projects, and also for serve as within town criers, for raise voice to government for see where things wan go wrong, for let government their attention turn there and try for get a fix quick. Like we talk about the economy, understand? So now as our civil society organization, we always talk about the economy for raise the government in attention so that for try for make a big speak for the people them, the voice of the voiceless, the masses down there for survive. You know, as now today the area of transportation sector is a whole challenge for the poor people from Atalo, even the last villages for Can. So we as a civil society, we did talk to government or point at the area of the transport sector. People in the suffer, agriculture, people in the suffer, the farmers in upline, they're ready for work, but they don't get the support what they need for do the farming. So we raise all the pointing on this area. Even the time for the census, I was there as one of the vocalists for talk about the census. So then it's also a charitable organization. You know, we're not only there for criticize government, but we work for complement the effort of government. When the fire outbreak will take place at Wellington, I think say ISSA Sierra Leone was one of the first groups them we go there, we go try for give some aid and some help to some picking them, we go for the picking them more because the stories of we go with they are so pathetic, very pathetic. Picking up age 3, age 4, age 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because we stop at age 12. It's gonna be too much. So all lost their parents, both parents, my mommy and daddy. So we'll be able to try for put things in together for go take care of them picking. And then picking and they will don't take their names there. We say by October, by September, all schools will reopen because some of them, the parents say like age 3, age 4, the parents and we just only decide for put in school this coming school academic year, or they go left for the fire. So we take their names and it down. We say I Sierra Leone, we'll take care of them picking in the for vet for their schooling, or take care of their uniform, bags, books, and even the tuition that ISSA Sierra Leone don't do. So we are not only armchair critical. Most of us, if you watch the membership of ISSA Sierra Leone, majority are just university students. Some are just business people. You know, they no government jobs or attachment, but we say we need for share the little role we get for helping people in it. So that is what ISSA Sierra Leone we don't do, and I have to plan back for do. This coming September, then pick and for send them to school and take care of them. And we also go as a charitable organization.
Wonderful. Mr. Alimamy Conteh, waiting a your own big idea where you think say una for do for help move Sierra Leone go before?
Well, this is a very much brilliant question, per se. And as I Salon Secretary General, as like you always plan for the part of the ISRL, we like you always say the motive and the purpose for love for my salon and for make we try for put things in place and try for bring our economy to straight forward for the economy to be good. One of the main things for let this country to grow, we big thing we try for put in place as ISA loan. First, perform the ISA loan itself. Now we don't form the ISA loan, but to get an objective we need to follow for make the country to push forward. What thing we try for do under this ISA loan? Now, though we form as charity organization, then also electioneering and youth empowerment. You know, for carry out all them in the day, we need money. We, through we only through the can how we take forward. But for carry out a big project for push your country before, all we just need for the we need to educate the people them, educate the youth them, we try for grow them and notify them about how the government works. Then also we have as we can say background we anything we wrong with the happen we call the government is attention that this is what is happening. In this area in the economy you are not doing well. But we know the act, we know to machine for say okay now this sector of the economy don't collapse. So we as I along we able to raise up. Without we able to raise up not only the government, we could just stay middle and call the government to attention. Say this is what is happening. This area you are not doing well in this area. Come on and try to build up this area. and that's we they do for lot we will push we country before. And that make every day and then we not dey sleep, we always the ring like the ace of the government. We are everywhere, we are in the media, we are in the streets, we are in the attire bases, we are everywhere just educating the youth and informing them about what is happening and also for them to behave like civilized youth and try for push Sierra Leone before. And just like what we see, we don't say. They say like what be happen another fire incident now Wellington and ISSA alone. And I think proud of and for say we are the first organization that went there because it happened the other day we even reached there and at least we render we own support. And even the day where the incident be even take place, we reach there, some of the members there be even rescue try for rescue some of the people that will be involved. You see, and the other day we go we own donation. Though we not get much, but the little we get we self try for food. We not be able for do like how the government they do. But in we own small area we think say we be able govern, we always dey do we best for educate and we lead to it because we are also charity organization. We always dey to say when you get a little, you give to somebody where they say they in need because we not go do like how the government they do. So we not go able to do any big thing per se. We only big thing we will do forming this electioneering youth empowerment, trying to call the government to attention to come into aid on the lapses where they happen in the economy. You see, it's what we ICE alone is doing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Conteh, for that
To bring Sierra
contribution.
Leone forward.
Yes, thank you, sir. At the call on I see Ambassador Issa Ahmed Toure don't join we back. So you missed a lot where you been exit, but I know say internet issues they give some problems there. So we dey wrap up now, and I want to make you tell we what in your own big idea where you want Sierra Leone for help Sierra Leone move go before.
Okay. As we all know, ISSA alone an advocacy and also a philanthropist ideology we dey move with. And as far as we dey move with concepts like this, ISSA alone, since me not a member, I don't need for say wetin I want let ISSA alone do. Now wetin I want lay we come together as an activist group for do for Salone. And in order for us to do that, now like we dey at the verge, we always they advocate. We always they inform because by informing the people, you are letting them knowing that this and this and this are what they should know. And of course, as an hello, you get me?
Yes, would they hear you?
You get me clear?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. As I be they say, ISSA alone for always they are the verge of informing people. And also, if for they are the verge of advocating for the people. And as we all know, as a particular advocacy group, we are there to make sure say the people them get them rightful need as per advocacy way we they do. It's not that we get much as to what Mr. Conteh they say just now, but we just get that humanitarian mindset. Whatever it is, we for try for make them let the least man enjoy this we lovely salon. And the eye salon, if at the profile solution as to waiting eye salon for do in general for circular, now for always say for advocates for that poor man, advocate for that weak man, advocate even for the rich man because they also they use for seize them advantage. And as a matter of fact, we now an electioneering and youth empowerment network. These are the two key things them. Now the two some of the main things in this where they count chaos in a particular country, the mindset of the youth. if the mindset of the youth not that okay, it will lead to chaos. So as an advocacy network, we there for empower the youth. As empowering the youth, we believe say the country go stable and will get control. And also we all understand say during election time, electioneering activities and I think some way they count chaos na a society. And as an advocacy group, we care for electioneering process them and also make a known, make the things the way people don't know for understand when it comes to election, so that when a need arises, people will understand say now the reason this make this happen. So they are living no go fit. So ISSA alone set for empower the mindset of the youth and also for put electioneering things them activities them in control. Thank you, sir.
Well said. Thank you, Ambassador Issa Hamid Toure. Thank you very much for that enlightening where you don't give me. So we they run out of time, and I want to give each 1 minute for just say goodbye to Fambulem, for just wrap up, just summarize everything, and we go meet back next time. Yeah. So I go start with you, George.
Yeah, thank you, listeners. One for continue for remind the government on in duty. One for talk on the issue of the dollar and waiting for help the government for pushing the burden on the people. The government need for cut down the expenditure. They need for cut down the flying trips. They need for cut down their salaries of government appointees, ministers downwards. They need for cut down taxation so that let everything calm down. That will help for cushion the dollar. If the dollar not stabilized in Sierra Leone, nothing no go okay for Sierra Leoneans. Things will continue for go higher and higher. They need for open the mining sector because then they count the dollar. So far so good. I want for left this advice with the president and the government for make sure say the dollar and the issue in Sierra Leone. If you see no, they will not able to stabilize that, they are wasting their time. And by tomorrow or next week, fuel they go up back and everything they go up in Sierra Leone. The transportation sector, please make them able to try for make the roads there and the bus tell them they promise the people there, make them try for cow there. People in the suffer in the transportation sector. People in the suffer now from Waterloo, upline for Kanaya now. It's difficult. Even within the city for move is difficult. So Mr. Government, we owe the people a lot of promises. We pray that we will listen to we and make una address these situations. We need a quick fix. Thank you. Next time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Mr. Alimamy Conteh, one last word from you.
Yeah, thank you. So they say bye bye to listeners. They talk to them, let them keep focus, and let them will always refrain themselves from problem, let them refrain themselves from trouble. When something to trouble you, not go to streets, not take the law on you now. Make sure you control your temper. Yeah, that the things when they want you go na your house. You also government for them step up on their own shoes and type of stabilize we economy. Our economy is really in recession. In recession, and we are really deep into the economic trend. So the because they can, let them go work on to their promises. Let them forget about, let me say, currency domination. As well, domination, just like how they talk and same money, same value. At least we get for try for we move and try for make the currency make it good value and how we economic good the currency good value we get for do what you call import substitution. We get for plants, we get for grow, we get for exports. We need for do that we call on the government. Make them able to rescue we from the suffering. And that's what I'm gonna say.
Well, thank you so much, George Mackotie, Alimamy Conteh, Ambassador Hamid Issa Toure, and the other people who have been joining we online. And we see we listeners them on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and LinkedIn, everywhere. Then they support we, and also we listeners them on the radio. Then they listen to we live. So Fambulem, these na big things, big ideas where they come to you every Friday. And today you don't listen to we brothers them from Sierra Leone, from Sierra Leone. Waiting at the I again one more time.
Electioneering and Youth Empowerment Network.
Electioneering Youth
And
Empowerment. Electioneering
Sierra Leone.
Youth Empowerment. So do you una not forget that name there? NSI Uyeri I Sierra Leone give you support to this gentlemen. Then they work, then get big ideas for make Sierra Leone grow, prosper, and thrive for each and every one of us. So thank you so much, and we go meet again next week at the same time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.